welcome back to Blaster Master Zero 02. We've finished the main area of Area C.
Yep.
So are we going... I think we're going to the planet, maybe? Yeah, but that one's locked, so...
That one's locked, so no. Oh,
Is
no,
it
that's
C2?
C2.
It might be the one. I can't remember if it is or not.
I
It's
think-
C2 or C4. I can't remember.
Well, we'll see. We'll know as soon as we see it.
We'll see.
Eh.
I don't know, these little planetoids with the little puzzles
Oh,
on
yep,
them.
this is it. This is it. Oh, God.
These seem, I don't know, a little awkward as a design element.
They're a neat idea. Oh, yep, this is definitely the one, because you have to jump from the ladder to the ladder, and sometimes
And the doesn't work.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't catch on when you think you're supposed to catch on, and it sucks. And I think what the patch did was, like, added a ladder
To
down.
get back easier, yeah.
I think they put they just put a ladder on the bottom there, like at the very bottom of the stairs after you beat it.
Yeah, and falling is instant death, so...
Yeah,
Wonderful.
but sometimes you just don't catch the ladder, it feels like, and it's just miserable.
Yep.
Is there a button you need to press to catch the ladder?
You have to hold up, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot like if you play Mega Man. It's a lot like that.
I see.
Except even more finicky.
Yeah, except it doesn't really matter when you're in Mega Man if you catch the ladder when you drop off or not. Most of the time, I can't even think of a time where it does matter. But it's one of those things where you have to be, oh God, oh man, I was so,
Okay,
so
was
afraid
it...
for
is-
that.
Oh, yeah, oh, they did patch. This is, I guess, during... Was this
Post.
during the patch? Was this post-patch? I can't really tell.
I don't know. I haven't played this game in forever.
But yeah, if this is if you did a pre-patch, you have to go all the way back and not die.
Yeah, it's a miserable.
Oh yeah, it's that ladder right there.
Yeah, they added the ladder there because I think if you
fall from that height, you still die.
yeah.
So they put that in so you can just walk back instead of have to make every jump back.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this room
It's a
took me
it's-
like an hour. Not an hour,
it's-
but it took me like 20 minutes.
It's a pain in the ass, so I'm glad they fixed it.
Yeah. I agree that the small extra rooms are a little bit awkward. It's trying to have like this space exploration sort of feel where you're like going to all these different planetoids and seeing stuff. And it makes sense for a game like this, especially since the main levels now are much more condensed because they're not interconnected, really. I just think that some of them are more fun than others, which I suppose just is more likely to happen when you structure your thing like this. You're more likely to remember, oh, this specific planetoid is really annoying, versus if there's a slightly annoying part of a overworld sort of area. If there's one slightly annoying area of Area 2, but the rest of Area 2 is really fun, you're more likely to, like, let it go, I guess.
What the hell?
We got
who-
attacked by a tank. No way, is that what? I forget what actually happens.
We fight
Here.
the tank.
Oh, right, there's the evil tank.
Right, yeah, so you know how every anime has to have an edgy rival character? Why would attack a fellow MA pilot?
Because he's a tool. You don't understand. You're weak for your
Should I-
emotions.
Should I call you Base or Max?
Your emotions make you weak. If you throw away your attachments, you become powerful because
Shadow.
darkness.
Should I just stick with Vegeta?
One of these
You're
days...
weak because of your friendship.
One of these days, I want an anime to have a character exactly like this, and to appear to play them completely straight like every anime does, and then just have the protagonist not have any of it, and just call them out on being the edgy rival. That would
That's
be
kind of
funny.
like how I want the shonen anime where the dumb kid who doesn't study but seemingly does well all the time at this stuff, like be the bad guy. and then the rival character who studies and works really hard to do well be the good guy.
Oh, I know something's done that. I just can't remember what.
Because it feels like almost every anime does it that way, where you're supposed to root for the slacker kid who doesn't try but still manages to get by in school.
It depends. The two like most basic tropes for the protagonist are either the emotional slacker or the emotionally reserved serious straight-laced kid who happens to have the emotional slacker as a sidekick.
Yeah, like the first one I think of is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, where Jaden is the kid's name. It's just like, I kind of hate him because he's such a dick, all the time. And then all these other people are reasonably frustrated that he beats them, even though he doesn't work
hard.
No.
His sole character trait is that he's cheerful and optimistic.
The only episode of that series I ever remember watching is, I can't remember the fat kid's name.
Oh, is that the one with the hot sauce?
The one who...
No, it's the one where the fat kid stops being a duelist, so he joins a lab to research and develop new cards for the game, and they have lab coats and fancy technology and stuff.
It's a trading card game.
What?
It is a trading card game.
This is the universe where you go to boarding school for trading cards, though, Lewis.
You're supposed
to... Brian, that character early in the series, he's in the series for 5 episodes and then leaves. But his backstory is that his dad, it's something about his dad, I don't remember. But his dad's deck is all drunk themed and drinking themed monsters. So in the 4K, they put hot sauce. They're hot sauce themed. And you can see very clearly where they stapled hot sauce labels over all of the wine labels and beer labels that they had. And I'm not even joking. It's terrible.
The sauce.
Yeah.
Well, sauce.
Look,
hitting the sauce is a term, I think, for getting drunk. So,
I won't ever say Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is a good show, but it is an entertaining show.
Yeah, I'll never get over this bizarre sequel universe where Seto Kaiba decided to start a school for duelists.
And then he was such a dick, he made the god card that he had the lowest house.
Yeah, no, but that's totally in character, so I can't understand it.
I mean, I get why they thought that show was a good idea, because, every anime that isn't doing something super ambitious like Attack on Titan or something is trying to be a high school anime.
Yeah, because high school is the only interesting part of people's lives, ?
Well, in a society where you're trying to impress on teenagers the importance of their school life and how important their school life is and how you really should be paying attention to your school life, having pop culture chocked full of stuff about school life is kind of the natural direction to go, I would imagine.
I mean, that makes sense, and this is something, it's slightly different here, but that is something that we have in the West as well, where there's so many shows about high school and whatnot, and best days of your life, and prom is the best thing ever, and I'm
no, it's not.
I feel like a lot of kids are given a lot of anxiety and stuff because they're I'm in high school and I haven't gotten a boyfriend or girlfriend, or nobody likes me and I'm in high school. It's high school is not even just the beginning of your life. It's not chapter 1 of your life. It's high school is the boring legal documents that nobody reads in the book of your life.
It's a little bit more. It makes a little bit more sense in anime and Japanese pop culture, though, because once you're an adult in the workforce or even in college, you're probably too busy to go off having adventures, which is part of why a lot of these anime stories tend to end on this note where all the friends have to go their separate ways and they're gonna be doing work things.
They're gonna be miserable.
Forever.
They're gonna be miserable during their corporate life for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, your teenage years are over. You're not allowed to have fun anymore.
I liked it better when Winnie the Pooh did that.
It's a little bit like a twisted version of that part of the Chronicles of Narnia where C.S. Lewis was just like, nah, you're too old to have adventures in Narnia now. Sorry.
I mean, that happens in, His Dark Materials, too, only they try to make it more profound there.
In His Dark
guess.
Materials, what winds up happening is that they close off the worlds were essentially bleeding dust out into the nothingness between dimensions, so they had to close off all the rifts in order to stop the universe from dying or whatever. And they couldn't. And part of the way the logic of the His Dark Materials universe works is if you spend an extended amount of time in a dimension that is not your own, eventually your body just fails and you die. So everyone had to go back to where they belonged. It wasn't necessarily an age thing, just a consequence of how things work.
There's also... So, God, I haven't read the books in forever, so I could be misremembering stuff, but there's the thing where you're like little animal pet. When you become a grown-up, it stops being able to change form, and it's stuck in a form, and it stops being able to talk to you.
I think that was more of an expression of how like people's personalities become more fixed as they get older, rather than don't have time for adventures kind of thing.
But I guess what I was getting on, it's more of a like, oh, you're grown up and you've lost your innocence and blah, blah, blah kind of
I
stuff.
don't necessarily think Philip Pullman was all that big on innocence, to be honest. Like, the climax of the final book was basically the male lead and female lead have their first kiss, and it saves the universe by generating like a bajillion gallons of dust or something.
Yeah, but that's what I mean though is that they stop. But it's also sad. But it's also sad because you lose the animal friends.
Saying all this out loud makes it sound like His Dark Materials was dumber than it was. It was good. It just maybe not as good as it felt when we first read it.
Well, that's the case for a lot of kids' books, unfortunately. Apparently, the HBO show is like actually out and on like season 2, and I didn't even know that they were doing an HBO show last week.
Also, the animal friend was literally called your demon. I should mention.
I remember being really confused by that when I was a kid because it's spelled Damon
with an A. Yes.
And I'm like, the fuck is a daemon?
The Greek spelling of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's pronounced demon, so there you go.
But it's okay because we need to have 2 different kinds of demons, so D&D can have a chaotic, neutral, and lawful bad thing around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot D&D has that weird quibble about demons and devils being 2 different things. For some reason.
I forget which one's which, though, off the top of my head.
I think the devils are the more suave, like, cultured ones.
Oh, hi, Hiei.
Man, your darkness isn't strong enough in order to defeat me with my darkness.
What are you talking about, Renji?
You need to give in to your emotions, but not have emotions.
Shonen antagonist name here.
What is your motivation? Why are you bothering me? Go away. Creepy stalker.
Oh, and his name's Leibniz.
Leibniz is probably something.
Les Miserables.
Germanish sounding. I don't know.
And see, look, he uses different versions of our tools. Oh my gosh.
He's such a parallel of us.
What is
He's also pretty lame because he just kind of stands there.
What?
And he does the teleport kind of thing.
He could be kind of hard if you don't know how to dodge effectively.
And why do you keep calling it a dodge? Because I'm seeing remarkably little actual dodging going on with this mechanic.
So when the anime lines happen behind him,
I know.
That's when he's dodging.
Yeah, but what is he dodging? I never see him actually dodging anything. In fact, it always looks like
bullets.
he does the dodge, and the enemy shoots at the place where he dodges to.
Yeah. We're talking about our dodge. Like, with those lines that just appear, that's us doing the dodge. Him, like, swooshing around is just supposed to be reminiscent of our
I know,
dodge.
but, like, whenever Ryan does the dodge, I don't see him actually, like, avoid a shot. I see him just dash, and then the enemy goes like, I haven't shot my gun yet, you
calling,
stupid idiot, and then fires it where he is now.
We're calling it a dodge because when you're in that animation, you are invincible.
Okay.
It's sort of hard to explain. It's one of those things that makes more sense when you do it versus trying to explain how it works.
Because visually, it doesn't look like the dodge is actually a dodge. It looks like it's more just a context-sensitive dash.
It's like a dodge counter thing. It's kind of weird.
You're not going in a specific direction with it is the thing. You're just moving out of the way of the shot and doing your own shot.
Except I never see a shot to move out of the way from.
Well, that's just because all the bullets in this game are tiny.
It always looks to me like the dodge is triggered before the attack goes off.
It kind of does sometimes.
It focuses on the enemy itself rather than the projectile they're using.
Huh.
If that makes any sense.
It's like one time, I swear I saw you just dodge directly backward from the target. So it's like, you're not getting out of the way of anything. Are you?
Well, yeah,
Not really.
you're not, but you have invincibility frames, so you are, because video games.
Except you dodge faster than the projectiles fly.
Yeah, because anime logic.
So like, if there was a shot in front of you, you dodge backward, have invincibility frames. Those invincibility frames would run out, and then the bullet would hit you in the face anyway.
Look, I didn't make the game. I don't know why it's like the way it is.
Oh boy, Fred, thank you for opening a wormhole when we're 2 rooms from the exit.
You're walking back the long way out of spite?
To complete
No,
the map.
because there's another way to go, yeah.
Oh, I forgot that there were secrets. Yeah. And now you're going to have to walk the long way anyway.
Yeah. It's a bit
Thankfully,
dumb like
each planet, they do say what upgrades are on them all, so
yeah.
it's a lot easier to know where the thing you missed is, which I always appreciate.
This looks annoying.
Nah, not when you use the whatever
The
that
shield
is.
thing, the shield thingy we got from Leibniz.
Yeah, so the idea is before you fight him, you're not, like, sure how you're supposed to get past that. And I always appreciate when games make it blatantly obvious that you're not supposed to be able to get past it. Because, like, right there, it's like, no, you're
not getting... Figure something out, don't just walk in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you probably could, but
Yeah,
why
I mean,
would you?
Yeah, you have if you have the health, you can tank it and just get through it, but...
Oh yeah, I forgot that there were also full areas in this game that only had small planets.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
So I never actually beat this game. Did his robot, like, die or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got all mopey because his robot wife who died.
Well, I mean, you know, it's okay to be upset and have feelings. Maybe you could, like, work through your grief in a productive and healthy manner.
In the bad ending of the game, he goes to Earth and watches it get destroyed and laughs about it.
The fuck is wrong with this game?
Yeah, no, the bad ending of this game is stupid dark.
Well, I mean, the bad ending of the first game was pretty dark too, right? Like,
Yeah, but it was an understandable bad end, whereas like the bad end of this game is everything sucks and we're all gonna die.
but wait, let me guess. In the good ending, he understands the power of teamwork and friendship.
Not quite, but it's better.
I like this pop culture version of trauma where something bad happens and you just snap and become a completely different person.
There's
One bad day, anyone?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of different mediums have a big, like, really like to write stories about traumatized characters, but don't like to actually dive into what makes traumatized people, like, click. So, yeah. That was dark.
So we're going from this part to the next planet, which, if you know what the next planet is, hoo boy.
Come back next time for Mood Whiplash Central.